So today I'm going to talk to you about the first time I ever smoked marijuana. That's always a fun story, right? Who here smoked marijuana? You're all fucking busted, an undercover police officer. You're all going to fucking jail. Wait till August. So I'm going to set the scene for you for this grandiose tale. It was 2012. I was 12. Imagine me, the same weight as I am now, like a crisp 250, but 5'2". So, you know, kind of like a Loompa Loompa, but like mixed with like the girl after she ate the blueberry. It's like kind of like a nice little skier. And I was just started high school. I wanted to be a cool kid, but it's hard to do when you look like an overweight Justin Bieber. So, I met these kids in my integrated studies class. That's the class for idiots who don't know how to do socials or English. So I was talking to them and they're like, "Hey Lamé," because that's what they called me. "Do you want to come over to my place and smoke weed?" And I'm like, I mean, I don't know, like I have water polo practice, like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. I mean, like I can talk to my mom and see. And I'm like, "Hey mom, I want to go to the beach and have some fun and study, like just like a good kid, because I'm a good kid." And she's like, "Okay, sweetie, just be home by 8 p.m. It's a school night." So I take the hauntingly spooky school special bus, grade 12s everywhere, screaming, throwing things. The transit police have a cop car behind us at all times in case shit starts breaking again. And so we arrive there. We're in the beautiful suburbs of White Rock. Beachfront view, pine trees everywhere, and I walk down the street and I see the shittiest little crack shack I have ever seen. And I'm like, "Brendan, you live here?" And he's like, "Yeah, I lived here 6 months ago, but we moved out, now no one lives there." And I'm like, "Oh wow, is this illegal?" I'm like, "You don't own it anymore." Like, I don't know, I'll do it, I guess. I want to be cool. So I walk in, we can't go through the front door because it's locked up, so we go through like the little side entrance into like the garden. The little like garden shed door pops open, just falls over, so we casually walk on top of that into this decrepit household. Sit down into the basement, close the blinds, turn off the lights. It's atmosphere, mood setting, love it. So we sit down, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna smoke a joint, this is so crazy." I look over, they pull out this like 2-foot fucking tall bong. We're in fucking grade 8. And I'm like, you're seriously throwing your way of life this early? At least wait till fucking grade 11, holy shit. And I'm like, I don't know what to do, like, So they pass it around, they try and teach me. It's like, you just put your mouth on. I'm like, "Oh, I'm good at that. I can do that. I can put my mouth on stuff." And I come to it, and they're like, "Okay, Tyler, it's your turn." I start deep-throating the bong. I'm like, "Am I high yet? I feel it in my bones." And they're like, "Tyler, what the actual fuck are..." Oh, by the way, my name's Tyler. Surprise. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm just doing my best. Trying. Learning. Doing new things." And eventually, like, they teach me how to do it properly. It's like, you don't put it all the way into the back of your throat. You just kind of keep it in the front. And I know, right? It's so revolutionary. I love education. So, like, after like about half an hour, we're just sitting there, and I'm like, I get a call from mom, and she's like, "Hey, it's like 6 o'clock now, just remember, you have to be home by 8. So I'm like, "Okay." And I look over to my best friend, this also overweight, blue eyes, blonde hair, Polish immigrant who speaks barely any English. And I'm like, "Vika, what are we gonna do now?" She's like, "Oh, my grandmother needs me to buy pads for her." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Yeah, my grandmother is visiting from Poland. She needs pads." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do this. That sounds like an adventure. I'm having fun." But before we do that, we have to stop at a little Safeway because I'm starting to get the munchies. Like, it's not because I'm fat, it's because I'm high. So I go and I pick up a lovely Aero bar, some hickory sticks, and I believe Smart Pop, like the white popcorn. God, that shit makes my pussy drip. And so I start eating the like little Aero bar, and all of a sudden, everything hits me at once. I know the secret to the universe. Like, I have sat under a tree for 10 million years, and I know the history of everything. The flavor of the Aero bar starts gushing out of my like saliva glands like a fountain in my mouth. It feels like I'm drowning in like the Hershey's River at Willy Wonka's factory. It's like I couldn't experience any other emotion other than, shit, this is a lot of chocolate. And I had to sit at the bus stop waiting for the nice little public transit to come along to take us to Saint-Amand Mall so we can grab some fucking pads, contemplating the existence of chocolate in my place in the universe. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I don't know where I am, I don't know who I am, who's this fat bitch next to me, what the fuck? And then eventually that comes to pass. I replace the flavor in my mouth with hickory sticks. The hickory sticks do not also go away. It is a lot worse because it's just overwhelming amounts of salt and like disgustingness in my mouth. And I'm just kind of crying on the bus on the way there to Saint-Amand Mall so I can get to Zeller's. We finally get to Zeller's. I stumble my way across the intersection to like the nice little mall, walk in. I'm hungry again. I want fresh lines. I really want fresh lines. And me and this girl who I went like to the mall with still debate this to this day whether or not we had fresh slice. I remember this fucking vividly. I got the fucking cheese pizza with like the little like sausage patties on top with the white sauce. Shoved that shit down my mouth so quick. And then I will fight her to it to this day. She doesn't think we got fresh slice. And I'm like, excuse me? This is one of the most important fucking things troubling me at this time is the fresh slice in my stomach that I shat out 8 years ago. It's like, that is what troubles me. And eventually, we stumbled out of fresh slice into a little food court and crossed to Zeller's. We waddle our way in. We just like, here, I'm gonna demonstrate this, because it kind of looks like Anne walking in heels. We just like, waddle our way in. And then we just like stare at the pads. And I'm just looking at them. And I'm like, wow, Mother Nature is beautiful. I carefully select the extra strength large ones in like the green package that are meant for adults. Like, oh no, those are diapers. Was it? Oh, see, I don't remember this fucking night at all. I was that high. I can't tell the stare for some pads. So you grab them, get into the cash out. Everything's like good from there. The minute we get outside, it's like the sunlight blinds me. I get heat strokes 17 times in a row, all in the span of 5 seconds. Fall over, and I just start screaming. I am screaming for no reason, holding a container of pads, wearing khaki pants, a nice button-up dress shirt, and a polo on top. Just screaming in the middle of White Rock, British Columbia. All like the rich moms going away to soccer practice to drive to Lamé, like, fuck, I hate gentrification. Like, it was disasterful. That's not a word. And so eventually, we walk the 3.5 kilometers back to my friend's house from the mall, give them to her grandmother. She suspects nothing. She has cataract. She doesn't know where the fuck she is. She thinks we're still in Poland. Then I get back to my place. I look at my mother, and I'm like, hello, Ellie. How are you? And she's like, excuse me? And I'm like, good night. I walk upstairs, fall into my bed, and then immediately vomit. I greened out on one fucking puff from a bong after deep throating it for 5 minutes. It's like my gag reflex delayed itself for a crisp hour. It's like, no, I want you to really regret this. And I just plop down into it. And then my mom doesn't come to check me. She's like, okay, whatever. School's hard, right? Public education, hate it. I wake up the next day at 6 a.m. I'm covered in vomit. I'm lucky it wasn't like upright, otherwise I would have fucking died. But that probably would have been a good thing. So, depression, am I right? But no, like, seriously, like, laying in it, and it's like, what is happening? I call everyone up, I'm like, is everyone okay? It's like everyone else is fine, except for this one kid named Paul. We found out later that he was in the hospital, because after he left the house, he fell over and cracked his fucking skull open. So the moral of the story is, don't do weed, just be a good gay and Davie Street and only do coke.